Arrow is based upon the DC comic Green Arrow, who's the superhero who's been around since like the 1950s. And basically Green Arrow is sort of like a modern day Robin Hood who fights crime and rights wrongs and protects the downtrodden. And this is just a very modern, very grounded take on that longtime superhero.
Before I read it, I was a little worried. I wasn't worried because I knew what you guys were going to turn out, but I was like, well, okay, it's a modern take, but he's still running around carrying a bow and arrow. Unless I go really dark and really Dark Knight-ish and that kind of new modern sound on superheroes, it could be campy. Mm-hmm. And once you guys and Greg said, oh, go dark, then it all started making sense.
Usually when you're cutting together, your rough cut, edit of the picture, you'll put on a temp soundtrack and you'll take music from other movies or whatnot. And one of the executives saw the rough cut and said, "This music's fantastic. What's it from?" And we said, "That's actually Blake's score." So it was Blake's score that he had finished while we were shooting. So that was
it's an intimidating thing to take on. One every time I walk on the stage, I realize the ghosts that I'm following and the. You have to raise the bar to come here and record because of so many great scores that have been here. But then also you can't let the fans down. We've done lots of shows, all of us, but nothing that really has the fan base built in before it even airs. So you can disappoint them from day one. I can write the wrong theme, we're off the show. So it's intimidating, but it was fun.
It's incredible because, David Nutter shot this pilot in this incredibly cinematic way, and we tried very hard to write it in a cinematic way. And then Blake comes along and writes a cinema quality score and then gets to record it with, here on this stage with, musicians who have played in movies and done soundtracks, and the whole project is just elevated by the endeavor here. It's incredible. Like THX says, the audience is listening.
They are listening, and they know. That's why so many more shows get a full treatment now.
Mm-hmm. And so many people are just watching movies at home. It's like, fewer people are going to the movies and they're bringing that experience home. And, if you're going to have a TV show that sort of says, hey, we're trying to do, our version of The Dark Knight or Man of Steel every week, we really have to bring it. And I think having the orchestra here really says that we're committed to doing that. And, it also is just a better experience for the fans at home.
Blake and I did a pilot together, which was it was called No Ordinary Family, about a family of superheroes. And even though, God, I've been working with Blake, for 7 years now. He showed with that score, oh my God, he can do superheroes. He can do like this big Hans Zimmer-esque, I don't have the vocabulary to describe it, but it was like this revelation. So it was so exciting when Blake said he was available to do this pilot. And then you just added all these extra, layers to it. Like there's even a little Trent Reznor in the end of the second act, which is very, very cool. After the recording session, I said to Blake, even though we've been working together on so many different shows now and worked for so many different years, I'm always surprised he always finds a new gear. He always figures out some way to up his game. And with this pilot, it's like you've bested yourself.